Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Co-captain of the bowling team and an avid golfer. Tonight, the Oxford community gathered to say goodbye to Justin Schilling. 17-year-old, of course, one of the teenagers killed in last week's shooting at Oxford High School. For the Oxford community, it was the fourth funeral since Saturday. The service was live streamed at the family's request. Jason Colthorpe is live in Oxford tonight with more. Jason.
Good evening, Kim, and it was quite something to see, just moving as this high school senior was remembered and at this funeral, and not just by family and friends, but by so many students, members of the community, teammates and coaches from the bowling and golf teams that he was a part of, but just reaffirming that this community is Oxford strong. A large ballroom overflowed with people to celebrate the life of 17-year-old Justin Charles Schilling. Members of his golf team carrying his clubs one by one and placing them in his bag. And his bowling team there with a special ball and head pin.
You being here to honor a hometown hero deeply touches his family.
Justin touched so many lives and was remembered as the one who lit up the room when he smiled. He had a gentleness and caring about him that was recounted in this story when he was in middle school.
And there was a teacher in 7th grade who had shoulder surgery. Justin quietly volunteered to write the teacher's lesson plan on the board daily. And then he carried the teacher's belongings to her vehicle daily. And then, as the teacher recovered, Justin continued to check on her throughout the year. My friends, if that's not living the gospel message of love, I don't know what is.
And it was his heroic gift of life, donating his organs, that was also celebrated and encouraged on a golf ball that everyone was given.
It reads, Justin Schilling, be a hero, give the gift of life. Justin is that hero. He's given so much.
And appropriate that this was held at the Boulder Point Golf Club with Justin being on the golf team. Here's a close look at the golf ball that they gave out to everybody, and they were able to keep. And just to read again, Justin Schilling, be a hero and give the gift of life. And that was part of the lasting message, asking people to do what he did. And as they talked about tonight, Justin will go on living in many others for a long time to come. We're in Oxford tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Really beautiful. All right, Jason. Now, of the 7 victims who survived the shooting, it is nice to say tonight that only one remains in the hospital.
Today, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office announcing 17-year-old Kylie Osagie is now out of the ICU as she continues to recover after being shot in both shoulders. Watch as she was surprised at the hospital by the other members of the Oxford varsity tennis team.
Oh my God.
Hi, Kylie. It's Coach Bailey.
Hi, I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh.
We love you so much, Kylie. We hope that you're feeling good.
Well, Kylie is now expected to remain in the hospital for the next 4 to 6 weeks for rehab before she can be released.
We wish her all the best. Now, 2 other survivors of the shooting are now part of lawsuits filed against Oxford School District and staff.
Attorney Jeffrey Feiger has filed 2 $100 million lawsuits on behalf of 2 sisters who attend the high school. The lawsuits accuse school officials of failing to prevent the shooting. Meanwhile, cell phones and tablets belonging to the artists who may have harbored the Crumbleys are being examined. That's expected to take about 10 days to complete.
Meanwhile, a threat at the Plymouth-Canton Educational Park sent 3 high schools into lockdown for nearly 4 hours tonight as officers went classroom to classroom looking for a gun. Mara McDonald live in Canton Township tonight. Mara, the district has decided to cancel school tomorrow.
Devin, they did. And, you know, at first it was simply the extracurricular activities this evening as well as sports. They decided to cancel those. And then about an hour or two later, they sent a blast out to parents saying, we have decided to shut down the entire district tomorrow in, you know, K through 12, including programs. Take a look.
I just thought about those parents at Oxford, and I was like, oh my God, please let my baby be okay. And I'm just so glad I have her. And she cried in my arms too, and we both, I told you would be okay. God got you.
Grateful parents picking up their children after a 4-hour lockdown at the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
We have information that there is a weapon seen by a student reported to security.
Multiple law enforcement agencies swarmed the complex, going classroom by classroom, searching for a gun. None was recovered, no shots were fired, and there were no injuries, but plenty of stress and worry. Once police were confident the buildings could be cleared, dismissal came in stages. All after-school activities and sports were canceled for Thursday night, with the district opting to cancel school for all students on Friday, which was already on the minds of plenty of parents, even before that decision was announced.
I said, you are not going to school tomorrow. I don't care what you say, you are not going, because she's a eager beaver. She wants to go and don't want to get behind in her classes, her studies. I said, I don't care. You're not going tomorrow. And if Plymouth Canton does not shut these schools down tomorrow, they are wrong.
Back here live, the district ultimately decided that that's what it is going to do. No school for the students here tomorrow. The district also says that it is going to be providing parents with far greater detail about the nature of that perceived threat today and exactly what they have discovered. We are live in Canton Township. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yeah, all right, Mara.
Some tense moments in Wyandotte today after a student is hurt during an attack at Roosevelt High School.
Police say an 18-year-old was cut by another student. It happened in the second floor inside a bathroom. The school went on temporary lockdown as police handled that situation, and the victim is expected to be okay. We're told the 16-year-old boy accused of wounding his classmate left the building but was later arrested.
Detroit Police Chief James White and Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy joined forces to warn minors about the serious consequences surrounding school threats. So far, 23 students in Wayne County have been charged with allegedly making or reporting false threats against their schools. Those cases involve students who are 17 years of age or younger. Worthy says officials are investigating 10 more cases and expects more in the coming weeks.
This nation, and especially this region, is going to have to take a serious look at child access to guns.
It's very important that parents have conversations with their children to eliminate this unnecessary situation that doing this causes, and explain to them that, you know, this is not a joke.
No parents have been charged in any of these cases, but Worthy says she is not opposed to charging parents when it is appropriate.
State reports its first case of the Omicron COVID variant, raising concerns about possible surge of infections and perhaps hospital rates too.
The variant was detected in a Kent County resident. We're told the person was fully vaccinated but did not receive their booster. The news comes after the FDA gave emergency authorization for 16 and 17-year-olds to get a Pfizer booster shot. CDC has already signed off on the recommendation. They would be eligible 6 months after the date of their second dose.
DTE Energy receives approval to further modernize its natural gas infrastructure. Company's going to receive $84 million thanks to the Michigan Public Service Commission. That decision comes with a rate increase of roughly $3.18 per month per customer. But DTE says the increase will be offset by the utility's buying strategy, which according to DTE will save customers an average of nearly $20 a month this winter.
All right, still ahead, a police chase goes through several Oakland County communities.
What started the pursuit that landed 2 teenagers in jail. Here comes Paul Gross.
Yeah, no problem for the kids at the bus stop tomorrow. It's going to be dry for both bus stops, the wind light, maybe even a couple of cracks of sunshine in the morning, but looks like mid-30s in the morning, low 40s in the afternoon. It's tomorrow night into Saturday where things start getting crazy. December thunderstorms, check. Power outages with 50-mile-an-hour gusts, check. Falling temperatures, literally a crash in temperatures, check. There is one change, though, in the new computer models. I'll have that for you straight ahead.
All right, Paul, but first, Jussie Smollett convicted of staging a hate crime against himself. But his attorneys say the legal fight isn't over. More on that next.
The most affecting stories have something in common. They're about us, about humanity and the ties that bind us together. in big ways and small ways. It's why, in this moment, local news has never been more important.